Right, so in the last part we made the arm, or the base arm anyway. One of the things that we've got going on here, if I just zoom in on it, is that we have a limitation of movement to a degree because of the nature of the arm, right? So I can move it down to about there, and then I can take this and I can move it down to about there, but I can't move it any further than that. So if I want to get like a 90-degree angle with the gun, I'd be kind of hard pressed to. So I've been having a think about that, and there's a couple of options I can do here. One would be to work on the actual cup area here for this. The thing is, it's going to start digging into the actual robot itself if I unhide all. What I mean by that is, if you look, there's even less rotation room than you think. By the time it gets down to there, and then to there. So I think what I may have to do is actually move part of this out. So I'm going to hide that, and where this part is at the minute, I think I'm going to have to expand it. So if I take this and bring it out a bit more, like that. Okay, just so that it comes out over the other part. Now if I go into my front viewport and zoom, what I need to do is take this and just start crossing them over each other till we get to about there. Okay, this is the good thing about the fact that we're working in fairly low detail at the minute, is that we can do this. Now let's have a look at the rotation on this now. So I've got a feeling that it's going to break fairly much immediately on that. Yeah, it is, look. See those? So what I'm going to need to do is probably change the widths on those a little bit. And also, I'm kind of wondering if I should move the inside part. So at the minute we've got the outside bits there, you see, but I don't like the intersection. I don't like the idea of intersection on this model at all. So let's go to my top viewport and zoom, and I'll show you what I mean. Just get rid of this completely and this completely. So we're just literally relying on the one piece and the pistons for this now. So I've grown it so we get rid of the chamfer. And as you can see, there's holes galore in the model, but we'll fill those using the border tool. There we go. And just let autosave do its funky rhythm again. Oh, there we go. Delicious. It's a bit cold, but it's good coffee. Okay, so we've got a load of janky little polygons on the outside of here that I probably should clean. Quickly do that, because there's no point basically ruining your model. Okay, we've got this one piece here, so let's take advantage of it. Right, get the bridge working. Come around and do it on this side. Okay. You see, and this is what I was saying earlier about, you know, sketching pieces out to see if they intersect. Sometimes you can't tell though, that's the problem. So just cap those. Right, top viewport, zoom. And what I'm going to do now is take these two bits here and here. Just make sure I'm not actually in. Deselect that and move them along. So there we go, just over to there. Do the same again over here. I'm just going to leave a little space there. Now over here, same again. And this time, if I put it here, we should get much more flexibility It will allow the piece to move a lot further than we did before. Same again here. Okay, now front viewport and zoom. Because what we have to do is make sure that it's in the right place now. And we can't twist this either. Once it's in, you know, it's going to be the way it is. Okay, perspective and zoom. Okay, that's not bad, but they seem to be a little bit far apart. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to move them individually. One to there. One to there. The thing is, the hinge plus these should give the image of strength. Plus, to be honest, they're going to be mostly hidden. You're not going to see them too much. So I'm not too worried about the illusion of strength, because the rest of the model's given that illusion anyway. Okay, front zoom. And impressive work there, me. Got it completely not lined up. Bottom one's okay. Check perspective again. Yeah, they're fine. Okay, so if I now start to move this, so I was going to move it about that much, I can. You notice it folds in under itself and in over itself. The only problem I'm going to have is these parts here, you see, because they're not actually cloaked out. But there could be a way for me to hide these, so in fact that's probably a very, very good idea. Just to move these in a bit. After all, we would want to preserve our model from being damaged by naughty folks. Okay, so I'm just going to bring these in like that. Just bring them all longer. I don't really need to make these ones at the bottom too much longer. And then over here. Once we've got this, we'll start refining the actual shape a bit more. Alright, now remember what I said about coming up with a kind of a shell design. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab these polygons here and here and just loop them, and then I'm going to extrude them. I'm going to extrude them by local normal. So come out just a little bit. There we go, like that. Click tick. And now, if I go to my move tool, and I'm going to change it from local to view. Just wait a second. This won't take a moment. Okay, so we'll bring that to there. Right then, look over the sides of my model, and the back here is where it is at. So I'm going to grab this. Just these four. I'm grabbing the four around each of these. And I'm going to extrude it. There we go, don't need to extrude it much, just a little bit. Now I can shrink it. That didn't work very well, so I'll just grab the middle ones. Okay, now I should be able to just again use the move tool. We can bring it back fairly far if we wanted to. I don't really want to, but we can. And I think what I'm going to do is use this to make an interesting shape as well. So I can. Just going to use the what do you call it? The select tool rather than select and move. Okay, now I'm going to bevel it, and I want to make sure that it's on local normal. And let me see. I'm going to click tick, then I'm going to undo it because I want to do it by hand. I just wanted to make sure that local normal was on. There we go, and that gives us that shape, which is much nicer. Okay, so let's see how this works now, this simple kind of repair job that we did. So if I go to my front viewport and zoom, turn off grid, I should be able to rotate this now considerably further than I did before, and it's hiding the worst of the ills. There. So we can get it down all the way to 90 degrees now. And if I look at perspective, you can see that it hasn't broken our model. Or at least it doesn't appear to have done. The bits that have broken our model, the user can't really see very well. Okay? Alright then, let's undo this, and I shall call it done for the moment. Well, not done, but this section done, and in the next part we'll do some more refining.